Well, hello, Warhawk Marching Band. Thank you for joining on such short notice. It's good to see everybody. Um, we have a few things to go through, so I'll jump in right now. This is being recorded as well, so I'll put it up on YouTube and put the link on the website just in case we need to share it with anyone who misses. This document is being published tonight. I'm going to read it to you. Warhawk families, after conferring with Pinellas County Schools leadership and our instructional staff, and with the safety of our students as our greatest concern, the Warhawk Marching Band must make the difficult announcement that participating in a competitive season this fall is not possible. Concerns with the growing spread of COVID-19 and the eventual cancellation of competitive shows and championships by the FMBC circuit are all factors that have led to this decision. To be clear, Marching Band, FMBC has not canceled yet, but it is coming. They're waiting on some parallels with athletics. But with shows like Seminole Sound Spectacular not being approved by the school board, FMBC realizes that they're going to have to cancel the season. While we will be unable to participate in a fall competitive season, make no doubt that the Warhawk Marching Band will thrive and evolve its offerings to serve our student and community. We may be disappointed that there won't be a competitive season. However, the instructional staff and I are very excited to reinvent the Warhawk Marching Band this fall. This will be an amazing year. Our fall season will look different, but in no way does it change the intent to provide incredible life experiences for our students through music and the marching band genre. The Warhawk Band program measures success in gaining meaningful student experiences, the pursuit of excellence, the value of hard work, the lessons of teamwork, by empowering students to express themselves through movement and music, and the life lessons we learn through band. Competition does create an external sense of motivation, but it is never the goal of the Warhawk Band or our activity. All of our goals are still very much attainable this fall, and we also look forward to advancing a new 2020 Warhawk Marching Band that will serve our students long after graduation and into their adult lives. Thank you for your support and understanding. Through this unprecedented time and crisis, I know that our students will prevail with the determination and character that have always made our community proud. The members of the 2020 Warhawk Marching Band are already here. This unforgettable season will show why. Guys, I know that many of you saw this announcement coming. I think that it's a different thing to hear it in person, so make no mistake about it. The competitive season is going to get canceled. It was already by FBA, and it will follow through at FMBC. The school board has already said that Seminole Sound Spectacular will not be approved, and likely all of the other shows will follow suit in the second quarter. I don't think that any of them will be allowed. Every marching band that I know of has already canceled. So this is not a decision that we're making for holding on as long as we could. I think that we tried to stay out as long as we could, but it is the right thing to do. So I just want you to kind of understand those facts and the information so that you can process it. But just know that myself and the staff, we're processing it along with you. Now, we've talked about what the reality is. Let's talk about where we're going to head from here. We will be starting practices soon. And when we do, we're going to be focusing on 2 shows. The reason for 2 is to ensure that we'll be able to train everybody. We're not sure if we'll be allowed to have all 100 people at the same time. So if we cannot, then the intention is to divide the group into freshmen and sophomores and section leaders. And the color guard will stay together and the percussion will stay together because the groups don't facilitate splitting. The first ensemble will be an intermediate ensemble. So that will be, you know, your rookies and your sophomores. so that they can receive that training. And the show that we're going to teach them is a shorter show. It's just a 2-minute show. And that way we can make sure that they are comfortable with learning how to march. We can train them how to play the way Rob wants you guys to be able to play. And then we're going to teach you drill. We're going to teach you choreography. Guard, you're going to learn work. And it is going to be a Seminole level show. But this way, we're not asking you to do something that's impossible with the time that we have. We're going to be able to perform this show for really important people. We'll be able to invite them. We'll be able to live stream the show. And then at the end of the season, we're going to look forward to being able to fill this in high definition with high quality audio, with multicam in our stadium, so that we have a product that really, really lives on with your Literacy. I want to play for you the intermediate show first. So this is the music that we're planning on teaching for the for that younger group. So if that's the intermediate level, then the advanced level is going to have a different show. And one thing that I want to describe to you now that you've heard one, and I'm going to play the second one in a moment, is that with a smaller group of people, it opens up all kinds of cool possibilities. If you've heard about the group Blast, which is a stage theater group, they don't perform on a football field, they perform on a stage. We're going to make the stage a little bit smaller, but we're going to be able to do different kinds of choreography opportunities and storytelling opportunities. We're still going to be learning drill. And if you think about it, the important concepts is that we want our members to still know how to read a drill page. They need to learn the concept of moving and marching with dots and performing with choreography. You know, color guard, you're still going to have equipment changes. All of these things are still going to be happening, just in our smaller groups. So here is the advanced group. Okay, so those are the two shows that we have planned. And you can imagine that Rob is going to put his touches on it. Seminole has always valued themselves as being innovative and pushing the envelope with visual. And we believe that both of those shows are going to be great vehicles, not only to give you guys those experiences and get that training, but also just to get back to being as normal as possible, being in rehearsal, working out these opportunities, and getting it to perform at a very, very high level. In terms of where we're going to be performing that, like I said, I'd love to bring dignitaries in from the city to see you. Performing for our own administration will be very impressive, and also live streaming and online connecting with other band communities so we can perform for them. And then as well as recording a multicam product that we can really hold on to and just kind of like be a part of our Seminole legacy forever. So there are all of those things. Now, I'm sure that as you kind of like sit and marinate with that, there'll be questions. Please feel free, direct your questions to Ms. Weatherly, direct your questions to Alyssa, any of the other student leadership, and of course, I'm available for your questions as well. That music is already on the website. Online, your assignments for the week are already on the website. And I do have one more thing that I'd like to share with you. I know that all of this news is probably very difficult. It's just simply the reality of where we are. And I think that the sooner that we can process that this virus that we're dealing with, it's changing the way that we're dealing with school, it's changing the way that we deal with safety, and yeah, marching band as well. But I hope that you can see that we are planning on persevering through that. And for all intents and purposes, the Warhawk Band will prevail over COVID-19 in our way. Given the terms that we have to deal with, we're going to step through that. So I hope seniors, I hope section leaders, veterans, I hope all of you are behind me on this. I can tell you that I still remember after state championship finals outside of Daytona Beach Municipal Stadium, after that finals performance and we were huddled up before we ate that Jimmy John's in like 9 minutes because we had to line up and get back into the stadium. I remember talking to you guys and saying that we'll forever remember the 2019 band. And not because the truck got there late and we had to warm up in 7 minutes, not because we were like, soldering pitchforks and, the flame prop and all of that stuff. Not because of the trek up to Lynchburg, Virginia, and all over the place. Really, it's because the Warhawk Band of 2019 just never quit. You guys kept getting hit in the mouth and just falling to the ground, and you picked yourselves up every single time. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, wondering what the band would be like on Tuesday afternoon when we showed up after just getting beaten down the weekend before. And every single time, not a complaint, just ready to be who we're supposed to be. And if that doesn't speak character, I don't know what does. I remember telling you guys all that outside the stadium in the finals in 2019. I'm like, history will remember the 2019 band. Well, folks, it seems that history isn't without its sense of irony, because after we doled up that really, really huge triumph, 2020 seems to be challenging you even more. And yeah, while we'll remember the Forbidden Show and that 2019 band, I don't think that there's anyone here 50 years from now who isn't going to talk about the 2020 band. We are absolutely a part of something that will simply just never be forgotten. So while you're being challenged with having what we were all expecting and hoping for to be gripped away from us, just torn out of our hands, think that there's also this chance to do something very special that will always be remembered. It's just that kind of thing that members will talk about forever. And we're at the precipice of it. We're at the start right now. So with everybody who's here, I want to share one more thing with you. And this one's really, it's weird and it's unique. And I can't think of a better year than 2020 to finally do this. If you know drum corps, they all have a song The Cadets have a song called Oh Holy Name. It actually sounds like Oh Christmas Tree. You can like YouTube Oh Holy Name and it sounds like they're singing Christmas Carol. The Boston Crusaders have a song and it's called Giant. The Madison Scouts have a song, May You Never Walk Alone. And that's actually just an old time song, but you know, they made it theirs. When, you know, being a Drum Corps alumni myself, when I became the director in 2013, I thought to myself, Seminole needs a song. And if you can believe it, guys, for the last 7 years, I've been looking for a song. And, you know, you can imagine Mr. Madrinnen in the privacy of his own house singing like Usher songs and Backstreet Boy songs and like Barbra Streisand songs, just trying to find the right one. And let's be honest, guys, there's really no such thing as the right one, because even if I can get 75 people in the band to like a song, there's always going to be 5 kids who are like, are you serious? So let's just kind of accept that this is about to happen. All of this is about to happen. But for those of you who know me the best, you know that the song I was looking for had to do with everything Thanos, everything Captain America, everything Iron Man, just the most masculine, heroic, like gutsy, like Braveheart, like slash them till you die song. And I just couldn't find anything. I think it's so perfect that in this crisis, coronavirus has not only shown me the song, but it's a different direction than what I was trying to do. I was trying to find something where everybody would just be like wanting to like tear their skin off because they were just ready to like light the field on fire. And I'm like, you know what, that as cool as that is, and you know, that's Avengers and Infinity War and Endgame and all that stuff. It's actually not what we're about here. You guys are teenagers. You're depressed and you're dark and you're emo and you're angry and you're angstful, but you're also compassionate and you're caring and you're loving, and you take care of each other. And so this song, and remember, I already have that disclaimer. There are 5 or 10 of you who are going to roll your eyes. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm the band director here until they fire me. We're going to be singing this song. And the thing is that, like, you know what's coming, right? I'm about to sing it in front of you on a Zoom call. In my red polo, Mr. Madrinnen's going to try and sing. So, and you know, this is the elementary teacher in front of me. So I'm about to sing in front of you. Then I'm going to show you the lyrics and tell you why it is you. It's really who you are. And it's really who you are in coronavirus. And then I'm going to sing it one more time. And then I'm going to say like one more sentence and then we're all going to leave. So, because I don't need to like sit here and smile at you like this and be like, right, you guys all approve, right? I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm so going to Taco Bell and getting a double stack after this because I'm just going to need to like relieve the stress. Okay, I'm just procrastinating now. So this song is different than what I've been looking for. I think it encapsulates what we're going through, the hurt that all of you feel and the hurt that I feel. And I just want you to imagine that you're suited up like you will be this year. That doesn't change before we perform. And you know, the alma mater is still like a part, like we'll still sing that as well. But this one is more for us. So I actually have a little karaoke track just to help me stay in key. But then once I have it in my ear, when I sing it the second time, I'll just do it off the phone. When it rains, it pours, but you didn't even notice. It ain't raining anymore. It's hard to breathe when all you know is the struggle of staying above the rising water line. Well, the sky is finally open. The rain and wind stop blowing, and you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella, But darling, I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. So let's look at these lyrics real quick. When it rains, it pours. I think all of us can kind of like connect to that. When things are going badly, man, they're going badly. I think, guys, it's the part of me that enjoys being a high school teacher the most. It's because my students are so emotional. And I don't mean emotional like it's a drag. I mean emotional like I get to work with you every day. You people, like, you feel and you sense things. But you didn't even notice that it's not raining anymore. Meaning, guys, when life sucks, at some point it stops sucking. But sometimes we're so stuck that we can't like even realize that it stopped raining. Here's the thing, it's hard to breathe when all you know is the struggle of staying above the rising water line. It's hard to breathe when all you know is pain. When your life is hard, it's hard to realize that that rain stops because all you're trying to do is keep your head above water. Another Avril Lavigne song, by the way. So here's where the song turns. Well, the sky is finally opened. The rain and wind stop blowing. And here's who we are, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. So the sky's opened, and we know about that because in Seminole, we have some great skies on that parking lot. Blue skies, the sunset maybe coming out of the west over Indian Shores and Reddington Beach. But we're still stuck out in the same old storm. We can't let it go. You hold tight to your umbrella, meaning, you think you're still in the rain, even though the sky has opened. But I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow over your head. I want to stop screen sharing for a moment because what that's trying to say is that we get locked in to how dark and hopeless and alone we feel sometimes. But sometimes the tide actually turns and you realize that, the people that love you and that are around, marching band, we're here. And that even though you thought that things were really, really bad, you realize that there was a rainbow, meaning, out of the rain, the refracted light creates this beautiful rainbow. And, if you want to get into spiritual terms, it's also a promise that's been there the whole time. And I can't tell you guys how many times I've gone to work thinking that the world was over, that there was really no way out of whatever grief I was going through, only for either you guys to save me, or for the music that we create to save us, or for band to be that thing where I'm like, and it's amazing how things just change like that. And this song isn't about lighting a field on fire. It's not about running up to the other marching bands that are in the stadium and headbutting them and pushing them over. What this song is really about is whatever we're struggling with, and we are struggling. Coronavirus is causing us to struggle. We have each other. The sky has finally opened. And guys, I promise you that there's a rainbow over our head. There will be. Oh, here, let me screen share that one more time. When it rains, it pours, but you didn't even notice. It ain't raining anymore. It's hard to breathe when all you know is the struggle of staying above the rising water line. Well, the sky is finally opened, the rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella, but darling, I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. And I hope you don't quit. I hope you stay here. And I want to remind you that history's darkest days have always been followed by have always been followed by their brightest hours. All right, take care, Warhawks. Talk to you soon.